The Quran clearly defines the Prophet Muhammad's true mission as an absolute universal mercy to all the worlds and every living creature. This image shows a collage of violent newspaper clippings and the portrait of Osama bin Laden. It represents a reality where headlines of excommunication and slaughter have obscured that foundation of mercy. Arab thinker Ali Mohammed Al-Shorafa Al-Hammadi has focused his work on dismantling this contradiction. He seeks to isolate the original faith from the distorted image created by centuries of conflict. This analysis serves as a critical diagnosis, pinpointing exactly where the religion's true identity was compromised. Al-Shorafa's premise is that the original message was intercepted and fractured by human actors seeking absolute political power. Early sectarian clashes, like those between the Kharijites and the Shiites, weaponized theology. These conflicts turned a unified faith into a series of rigid, competing ideologies. The rise of various isolated factions and mystical orders further divided the community, splintering the single divine message into disconnected parts. Oppressive political regimes then used these divisions to their advantage, employing religious rhetoric to justify their own authority and self-interest. The original spiritual framework was effectively stolen, transforming a system of human salvation into a manufactured tool for political warfare. This document features dense, overwhelming blocks of handwritten Arabic text. It represents Al-Mawrouth, or the heritage, a massive accumulation of man-made myths and fabricated narratives that Al-Shorafa identifies as the root of the crisis. Al-Shorafa distinguishes the authentic Sunnah from this fabricated parallel authority that has come to overshadow the Quranic text. The Quran focuses on mercy and justice. In contrast, the heritage relies on excommunication, violence, and constant conflict. Religious figures used this heritage to invent unlawful rulings. They produced mandates for killing and excommunication that violate calls for freedom in the divine text. This process eventually replaced the prophet's true image as a global messenger of peace with a fabricated portrait of a militant political leader. The historical heritage effectively constructed an alternate religion that stands in direct opposition to the original divine intent. This manuscript displays ancient Kufic script, representing the uncorrupted source material. Al-Shorafa argues the only solution is returning exclusively to the Quran as the sole divine authority. His process begins with liberation. This requires us to question the authority of the heritage and move past its historical influence. The second step is contemplation. We must engage with the Quran as a living discourse that speaks directly to our modern lives. Finally, we must restore the Quran as the supreme standard against which every thought and narrative is measured. For Al-Shorafa, the survival of the faith depends on our ability to prioritize the source over the interpretation. Discarding these false historical layers allows the religion to return to its original focus on justice, mercy, and human dignity. We are left with Al-Shorafa's final question. Do we have the intellectual courage to leave these historical constraints behind and rediscover the light within the Book of God?